And I asked the attorney about bond financing and that things, and how we're gonna pay it. It's gonna be a $200,000 to $250,000 investment, probably.
Take quarter of
As a taxpayer, I'm not happy to have taxes go up, since they haven't been, operational millage hasn't changed. Well,
So
within
people
one
would look
mil
at
for the last
$8,000
18
a
years.
month and say, yeah, ooh, stay
So,
here.
that's what I'm saying, just make sure everything is all out there.
I'm not here to hide any of this, that's for sure.
I don't think we're hiding anything.
I don't think we are either.
I think the other party's hiding something.
Well, I can't disagree with you. So, all right, we'll just carry on. We'll wait for Stan to get back.
So office lease, old business is renegotiated. Further discussion.
Scott, did you have something to say when?
Oh, I think, I was just correcting there, and I think you truly understand, it's not my desire, it's more of a, I think it's a need. Not that I just want to be out of here, it's, I think that
Right.
it serves a
Yeah, I
purpose to be out of here. And I talked to each one of you individually, I want you guys to make the best decision, I want you guys to look at it from a financial aspect, from, are we all moving together, and am I staying here, or whatever, so there's a lot of different facets that could go, and I don't want to think that you guys, it's all or nothing, because I truly understand it's a big decision to make, so. But I also agree with Rob that, you gotta look at it long term, what have we done for the last 20 years, what are we gonna do for the next 20 years? And, at some point, we could have actually been in a building that we owned,
Village government's not going away.
Sure.
$160,000, $8,000 a month for 20 years. It's not a very big building.
You have to be
Yeah,
30.
but if that was 20 years ago, that would have been twice the building we could build today, so. At
That's a
some
lot
point,
of money for the space that we
I
have.
mean, even as a taxpayer myself, I don't want to pay more taxes, but I also don't want to pay more for my electric bill and my gas bill, but, those go up every year because of the cost of living. And, Larry said that taxes have gone up in 18 years, and I think people have to understand at some point, it costs money to do business. And as long as we spend the money wisely, I think that's what people expect of us.
We gotta have all the options, which we will when we make a decision. The last item on the agenda was, I already discussed, I wouldn't have said what I said earlier had I wrote farther down the sheet.
Yeah, I just had Rachel write something up, and she sent it to the attorney, and he's working on it.
For what, regarding the weather conditions?
Yeah, the weather report, so.
Why is that even an issue with her? Why can't she just call in and say, hey, the roads are terrible, guys, I'm not gonna make it?
And work a different day like we do.
But reality, Larry, why is this even become an issue? That girl, if she wakes up, it could be sunshine in here, and in her house, it could be hailing, sleet, roads are pure ice. She should be able to call in to somebody here, which now she texts me in the morning and says, hey Sam, I'm not gonna make it, or I know she texts Larry too. Why did this become an issue for her? Can I ask that? I'm sticking up for Rachel this time.
Because she felt if she didn't show up, people would take it that she's not doing her job.
Who
That
are
she's
these
shirking her
people?
duty. Well, I'm not gonna mention
I
any
guess
names.
we need to go to these people
So-
and tell these people that this girl does not have to drive to Central Lake to put her life in danger.
And I agree.
For that reason, that's just absolutely
Well, but
crazy, guys.
that's, I mean, honestly, that's her decision, right? I mean, if the roads are bad, then she should decide to stay home. If the roads are bad and I work for the county and I call in and don't go to work, why would they pay me because I decide to not go to work?
So, well, now you're clouding the issue. Is it she's coming in or are we paying her?
No,
What's
that's
the issue?
well, that's what I'm saying. I
don't
I'm
understand.
with Sam, I don't know why this is even coming up.
Well, because you actually had stated at one time that what happens if some old person was coming in, paying their water bill, and she put a sign on the door. That was your exact words.
Right.
And then I said,
Right,
in the
but that
exact
wasn't
meeting, let me
related to
finish, the
weather.
exact meeting, I said, there is a place in the door to put the water bill. And then you said in reply, well, this person had to drive all the way over here, and that was the whole impetus. And then she took it as, well, if I don't show up here and I put a sign on the door, and this old person drives in, you're going to be angry, and all of a sudden, we have a situation. So now we want to put in place, so that way everything is done, and there's no gray areas, and no old people are driving around in the snow.
Rob, but what bothers me is you say, or Larry said, non-essential employees and essential employees. We're all employees equal. We don't put one as non-essential, one as essential.
See, I told Rachel when she
If
wrote
I'm
that,
sick, I call in and tell Steve I'm not coming in. That's the end of it, guys. I don't show up. If she calls and can't make it, what's the big deal? She didn't make it that day.
see, I told Rachel when she wrote that, I said, I have an issue with the word non-essential employee. If you're a non-essential employee, you shouldn't be employed by the Village of Central Lake.
Amen.
Everybody is an essential employer, they wouldn't be working here. I said, I have an issue with it.
I think I asked the same question to Brian Graham, and I think it's a matter of the safety of the community is more dependent on those two guys sitting back there than the clerk treasurer. Because if there is a snowstorm or a house fire or whatever, these guys get called in because they have
Emergencies.
emergencies.
But if the clerk don't make payroll out, your driveways don't get plowed. I like I said, I'm going back to Rachel. This is crazy. She's an employee just like us. If she doesn't feel safe to drive to Central Lake, she should be able to send Larry a text, the village president, whoever she has to, and let him know she's not gonna be in, that's the end of it. If she's got a personal day or vacation day, she uses it to get paid, the same as me. That's it, guys. Come on. And now we're gonna get more personal days, by the way, it's looking for the state of Michigan. You're gonna be handing out 1 hour for every 30 hours of work. Did you see that new law? That breaks down to 6.9 days per calendar year. They're gonna pay.
Did they pass that yet?
They're going to. It's pretty much in stone. So now you're gonna add another 6.9 days to her. So it's not even an issue. What we have is, we got some people, and I don't wanna pick and poke at people, but we have one person on our council that when Rachel doesn't show up, they get very upset at her because she didn't come in, because the roads were terrible. That's what it is.
No.
I've
let
seen
me
the
say,
Facebook
because-
pages that you send her.
Well, I will defend my statement here. There's been many times where there was nothing. There was nothing on the Facebook page that says we're closed.
It's
People
Facebook,
come
Melissa.
down here.
I don't live on Facebook. I could care less
Can
about
I
your
finish,
Facebook.
please? You know, I don't have a problem with Rachel not being at work. I have a problem with somebody coming here and not knowing until they get here that there's a note on the door that we're not open today. And it wasn't just one time, it was many times.
Your life may be social media, mine is not. Okay, I would rather
It
go out
doesn't
and do
have anything
something.
to do with social
Yes, it
media,
does.
Sam. If I
You're
come
the
down
one
here and
complaining.
the office is closed, what do we do? If Rachel's not here, does the deputy come?
I'll shut up now.
I'm talking about the office being open 8 to 5 or whatever the hours as posted, and if there's someone not going to be there, if Rachel's not there, then the deputy should be there. That's all I'm saying. If this wants to get spun around however you want, then go for it, but I just want the office open, period. The end. I don't know why it's getting complicated like this.
2 weeks ago, she sent me a text at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think she sent the text to Larry also saying that she had a sick kid and she was gonna take the time to drive into the office to put a sign up.
I got the same text, and I was
Just-
very
and then she
upset.
was- And then she was gonna go back home and
That's
take
right.
her child.
I was very upset over that.
So in that case, why isn't she calling Larry or someone who's got a key who can make a note and put it on the door?
I don't have a key.
Where is she
Ironton,
Where is she
Ironton, Charlotte.
So if Rachel can't make it, then Larry can put a note in the door. I mean, is that the only recourse we have?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, other than calling every citizen and a giant fan out. Is that up and running?
I'm talking about putting a note in the door. If Rachel doesn't come to work and we don't want her to have to drive all the way to town, who's gonna let this village know that the office is not open?
Larry or Sam most likely could put a laminated piece of paper.
Maybe
I'm
we just
sure we
have
could
one
get-
that's already ready that just says office closed today, see you tomorrow.
I'm sure she could make something up that we could do that, where Larry could have a copy of me, Bill Chapman could have a copy of Scott, and if any of us are around, hang it on the door when we go by.
Do you have a key to the door?
No, but why do I have to have a key to the door? Why can't we, a suction cup on the outside, put it on the outside?
I just want the office open, and if we say we're gonna be open, it better be open. I don't want the old lady getting upset that she drives
That's why
down
we
here
have, that's why
and it's
we
not
have,
open.
that's why we have to send something to the attorney. So everything can be above board instead of us making that decision.
Well, there will be some kind of policy made before it's all over with, so we know where everybody stands. So it's gone far enough at this stage that I think that's the least we can do, so. We're gonna move on for public comment, which I assume there is none. And we just had it. And-
Well, I wanted to say something if I could,
Yeah.
on a separate topic.
You stayed for all of that for them. Why did you do public comment?
It's entertaining, you know.
Just say this for me.
I'm not getting yelled at, so that's a good thing. No, seriously, and as Maggie and Rob and everybody's hopefully finding out, is to please use me as a resource. I do other things besides water and sewer. But as you guys are talking about the township hall, and Larry, you and I have had a couple discussions, but as far as, or excuse me, not township, village hall, funding sources, USDA rural development is an avenue to look at. And because your median household income falls below their threshold of 42,000, that puts you in low bracket, and interest rates currently are at 2%, whereas market prices right now are about 3.5%. And they do offer funding for municipal structures, vehicles over a 30-year period. And then as far as bond counsel, Miller Canfield is an excellent resource. We work with them all the time. I don't know if your attorney had offered them.
No.
But they're a wonderful resource that most of the clients that I work with, that they use them. And I can give you some specific individuals, but they have offices in Grand Rapids, Ann Arbor, Detroit, and that's who most municipalities do utilize. Just looking at bonds and giving you ideas on prices. That's all I wanted to offer.
Thanks.
So thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good offering.
Anybody have anything else? Need a motion to adjourn? Moved, supported, all in favor say aye. Opposed, motion is carried. Thank you all for coming.
Melissa.